Hey, what's going on, everybody? I know this is a very different type of video, but a little while ago I made a video showcasing my entire PlayStation 3 collection, and after I made that video I didn't exactly put the games back in normal alphabetical order. So I was like, you know what, maybe it'd be kind of fun if maybe I sat down and made a video just fixing up my collection, pulling all the games off the shelf, putting them back in alphabetical order, just kind of showing you guys how I do things, how I order things on my shelf, since my shelf is a bit unique. Normally when people make shelves for video games collections, or go out and get them, they'll get them actually to size, right? So then it's like no taller than an Xbox 360 case, and you just kind of put everything on there. But me, I just kind of ordered the cheapest shelf I could find that was still of a decent quality, so I kind of set things up in a different way than you probably see most people do. Also, I do gotta say that at some point I really want to get one of those fuzzy microphones people get, that they like clip onto their shirt, because when I make content like this, it might be kind of hard for you guys to hear me at some points when I'm kind of over here. Maybe not, I don't know. I'll do my little audio engineering wizardry and make sure everything's level for the most part, the best that I can. Otherwise, we'll have some cozy music going on in the background as always, so you can just sit back, relax, and chill with me as I reorder my PlayStation 3 games here. Yeah, so where do we even begin with this? Well, I guess we'll start by just pulling all the games off the shelf. So usually I don't really want to put them on the floor, but I don't have anywhere else I can really put them on the... Actually, no, I have a bench over there. Let me go grab the bench real quick. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I'm not exactly feeling 100% today, and I'm not exactly sure why. It's not like anything's necessarily wrong, it's just like physically, I think it's just because like physically I don't feel the best right now. I don't know if it's my allergies or what, but from the time I woke up today, I'm just feeling a little out of it. I've also been working a lot lately, so maybe it's just one of those things where maybe I've been overworking myself a bit, and I gotta kind of relax, reel it back in, you know what I mean? Could be a myriad of things, but okay, see, I'm kind of just looking at all this here, like, where the heck do I even begin with all of this? So basically how I do this, again, like I said, is when I have a situation like this where my games are out of order on the shelf, I just pull all of them off. Now, there is one tricky thing here, and that's the fact that this isn't even all my PS3 games, because I have so many PS3 games at this point that, not even just PS3 games, but video games in general, that my dresser doesn't even have clothes in it anymore. It's literally all just video games. So at this point, when it comes to my PlayStation 3 games on my shelf, for example, like, I can't even have all of them on the shelf. I just kind of have to pull out the ones that I know I play the most or would want access to, so I don't have to dig through the dresser. It's a whole thing. So now I gotta kind of go through here on this bottom row here. If you can, you can kind of see it. I'm gonna move this bench a little bit without tipping over all the games. Usually from here I go on and see where the A's begin, and luckily some of the A's do actually seem to be in order here, so pull these off the shelf. Here we have Alpha Protocol, Army of Two, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Revelations. But that's not all of my A's. Yeah, okay, so we have Assassin's Creed 2 right here, and there should be another Assassin's Creed, I believe, right? 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3. Maybe that's all the AC games that I have on PS3. Alright, so after that, we should be on to the B's, which again, this is like, usually, this is actually a lot trickier than things that I've done in the past. So for now, let's just go ahead and order the A. So, let's go through this. QRS, L, okay, so it would go Alpha Protocol. If it's going on the shelf like that, I kind of have to do it reverse order. So we'll go Alpha Protocol, Army of Two, goes QRS, and then we'll just go in the order that the game's released, because I believe it went Brotherhood, Revelations, and then 3, right? Yeah, I'm looking at all the dates right now. That does look correct. So there we go. We got the A's figured out. So we could put these on the shelf, but I'm going to put them off to the side for now. Let's go ahead and pull out all the B's. So we got Batman. We have 2 versions of Batman Arkham City, because I've talked about this before. When I buy games, I like to buy... Hold on, I just realized the camera's a little funky. I could probably, like, put that up just a little bit more. When I buy games, I like to buy the vanilla version of them. So if there's, like, a special edition or, like, I don't know, like a Game of the Year edition, I prefer to just get the vanilla version so I can see what the game looked like at launch. You know what I mean? Just, like, getting that launch experience again. And Arkham City is obviously a game that I had back when it released. I had it on PS3, and then I got it on Xbox 360. I remember because I got it on Xbox, or I'm sorry, I got it on PS3 from my uncle first for like my birthday or Christmas or something. Loved that game to death. And then I got the dual pack, or like the duo pack for Xbox 360 that had the Game of the Year edition of both Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, which was pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, so I got that just because I like having the vanilla copies of games. But for Arkham City, it's one of those games where I also wanted to get the Game of the Year edition here, but I wanted to get the Black Label version, because there is a Greatest Hits version that is a bit more common when it comes to the Game of the Year edition of Batman Arkham City. But I wanted the Black Label one just because I prefer Black Labels. However, the Black Label cover is a bit more busy when it comes to the Game of the Year edition compared to the Greatest Hits. it's a whole rabbit hole. Nobody cares about this stuff except for me and other OCD type collectors. So yeah, I get black labels when I can. I really don't like greatest hits if I can help it. I just don't find the cases to be aesthetically pleasing, and I like getting the vanilla versions of games just in general anyway. Grabbing the rest of the Bs here, yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum is all the way on the end. This is my favorite Batman Arkham game, by the way. Like, I know City is usually the popular pick, but there's just something about Arkham Asylum, man. The vibes of that game, like, you can't beat that, dude. That's like the ultimate Halloween game in my opinion. So let me just do a little bit of mental checkage here. Okay, I think we have all the Bs off the shelf. So now we're looking at Batman Arkham City, and then Game of the Year Edition, and then Arkham Origins, because I order my games in alphabetical order, yes, but I do it by alphabetical order of the franchise name, and then I order the games in the order that they released within themselves. So for Call of Duty, I order it COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, etc. Rather than, you know, actually doing it in alphabetical order where all the Black Opses are together. Because for me, I am so, like, I'm very knowledgeable about video games. So when I think about a certain game, I usually think about it in the context of where it is in a certain series or franchise or when it released, rather than just like, oh, alphabetical lettering, you know what I mean? But anyway, okay, so LMNOP, QR, so Borderlands would come before Brink, and just like that, I believe that is all of our Bs. Just taking a look up and down the list here. Resistance, Ni no Kuni, yes, okay, oh man, Dark Souls is in there, Lego. I looked at Lego Batman and almost freaked out. I was like, wait, no, that's a B, but no, that's an L. Okay, yeah, all right, we got all the Bs so far. So what I think we're gonna do now is go ahead and just take our A's and Bs, slap them back on the shelf, and now that means we're on to the C's. Speaking of C's, this is the best Call of Duty in my opinion. My favorite Call of Duty of all time, Black Ops 2. Fantastic game. Alright. Got COD 4. I got clean copies of all these fucking games, man. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Oh, this one's not so clean. You can see there's like little slashes on the side. I gotta fix that case at some point. Modern Warfare 3, and then Black Ops 2, there you are. And Ghost. Oh shit, I still gotta buy Advanced Warfare for PS3. I know it's kind of stupid because like I already have it on like Xbox One and everything, so you know I have the next gen version of it, but I don't give a shit. If I'm buying, like, if I buy a console, I have to buy every Call of Duty that released for it. I know that sounds quirky, but that's just how I am, man. I love Call of Duty. That's like that's my thing, man. Black Ops 7 is my most anticipated game of 2025. Like, you know, there's a lot of other great games coming out. I'm really looking forward to, you know, like Borderlands 4, for example, and, you know, all the other great games coming out. I'm sorry, it's like early in the morning. I've been sleeping like shit for the last week, I'm going to be honest. So my brain's a little scattered, but, you know, there's a lot of great games coming out, right? Sorry, I'm just looking to make sure there's no more C's that I'm missing here. But, you know, I love Call of Duty. It's always been my grounding factor. No matter what's going on in my life, it doesn't matter if things are good, if things are bad. Crysis 2, Crysis 3, fantastic games, by the way. More people need to check out Crysis. I know Crysis is kind of, not necessarily infamous, but just kind of popular from that meme back in the day, like, oh, can it run Crysis? Because that was a huge thing in the 2000s, right? It was a really good looking game. A lot of people's PCs couldn't run the game. Just because it was, like, so crazy looking. But yeah, you know, they're really great FPS games. I played all of them on Xbox 360. Actually, no, I played Crysis 1 on Xbox 360, Crysis 2 on PS3, and then Crysis 3 on Xbox 360 again. Crysis 3 was fantastic as well. I mean, all the games were fantastic, but Crysis 3 was like a great finale to the series. Great series of shooters right there. So we got the A's, the B's, and the C's in there. Again, these aren't all my PS3 games, so it's kind of whatever. Yeah, see, this is another situation where I kind of want to order new copies of these games because, you know, we got Demon Souls and Dead Island here, both in greatest hits cases, and, you know, they're great games. I love these games, but they're in greatest hits cases, and I don't like that. I don't like the red cases. I just, like, this looks so much more premium, and so, oh gosh, there's a little game sticker on there from a retro store near me, whoops. I don't like stickers in my cases. I gotta get that off at some point. Usually the only reason that there's stickers still in my games is because, like, you know, I can just tell when a sticker is gonna be hard to get off, so then I just kind of leave it on there. I'll have to get back around to that. So now we go down to the D's, which is going to be a little tricky to go through. So we got, I'm gonna have to put these back over here. I have a lot of these. We got Destiny, Devil May Cry HD Collection, Duke Nukem Forever, which I've always said is a very underrated game. People shit on it just because that's what happens on the internet. One person has an opinion, it becomes the popular opinion, then it becomes an echo chamber, and nobody even nobody even interacts with the media that they're talking shit about. They just continue to talk shit about it without actually having any experience of their own, and it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that we're in an age of the internet, more so now more than ever, where people are too scared to think for themselves because they don't want to be outliers in this ecosystem or this echo chamber of bullshit. So they would rather conform to the popular opinions for no reason other than to fit in. And really, the only people that you're fitting in with when you do that is a bunch of, what do the kids call it nowadays? Gooning? Yeah, a bunch of gooning, no-life, jerk-mate ranked pros sitting in their mom's basement talking shit in Reddit threads and TikTok comments all day. It's like, hey, buddy, if that's the type of people you want to fit in with, go right ahead. Me personally, I'm gonna just, not do that. Anyway, I think I got all my D's right here, so we gotta go ahead and order this. So I think Dark Souls would be first, right? Yeah, Dark Souls 2. Oh, wait, no, I think Darksiders might come first, right? Because Dark, S-I-L, wait, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So oh shit, dropping my games. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. So yeah, it go Darksiders, Dark Souls. And then, oh god, Devil. Okay, so like, I think E would be next. Dynasty Warriors would be last. So we got Destiny, Devil May Cry, Dead Island. It would go Dead Island. And then Demon Souls probably. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hold on, let me move Duke Nukem real quick. Dead Island, A, D-E-M, L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S. So then Destiny, and then Devil May Cry, and then Duke Nukem, and then Dynasty Warriors. There we go. We got all the D's back on the shelf. I don't think I have any games that start with E, because the only game that I can think of for PS3, wait, I don't even know if I have it. Enslaved Odyssey to the West. I know that game starts with an E, but I think I have it on Xbox 360. I don't think I have that one on PS3. Yeah, just looking up and down the list. Oh, actually, I do have a game that starts with E. It's like EA Sports Active Fitness 2 or some shit. It's like one of the PlayStation Move games, so I do have one. It's just in my dresser. So yeah, I do have a game that starts with E. Never mind, man. Okay, so I think we're going to be moving on to the Fs, at least in terms of what I have here on the shelf. So we got Fallout 3, Final Fantasy 13, which is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. It got a bad rep back in the day, but I feel like people are finally coming back around to it. Again, just another example of the ecosystem, the echo chamber, whatever you want to call it. It's a great game. And people only ever dunked on it because it was popular to do so. And people were so stuck in their ways, being like, oh man, this isn't exactly like Final Fantasy X, so... you always got the sticklers, but what can you do? Do I really only have 3 Fs on PS3? I mean, maybe the other ones are on the shelf. Or, I'm sorry, in the dresser. Yeah, so we got Fallout, Final Fantasy, and then Full Auto. Wait, C-D-H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P-Q-R-S-T-U. Yep. So Fallout, Final Fantasy, Full Auto. That's a fun game. It's like a car combat game. Twisted Metal will always be my jam, but since that isn't exactly a thing anymore, you get your fix where you can. Am I right? Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F, and then G. So G, we definitely have Grand Theft Auto, the God of War saga, which comes with all of the God of War games on PS3, barring God of War Ascension. I still gotta add that one to the collection. That's a fun game. Right now it is available via the PlayStation Plus streaming on PS4 and PS5, which is pretty cool. Because the streaming has become a lot better in recent times, I will say. I played through Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z via that service, and it was actually pretty playable. Also, I know some people, when they order their games, they order them based off of not including the in the beginning. Sorry, I'm like, my brain's crapping out already. So, for example, for like the Elder Scrolls, people will usually put that in the E's and just kind of disregard the. But I always include the because when I think of something, I think of the being there. So when I think of The Godfather, I'm going to go to the T's to look for the, you know what I mean? Or The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm just thinking of some of the games that I have on my Xbox 360. Okay, so I think those are all my G's as well. Going up and down the stack. Yeah, it seems like it's it. Okay, so we just got GTA 4, GTA 5, LMNOPQR. Okay, so God of War Saga, and then the GTA games. And that almost concludes this bottom shelf here. We gotta add one more game yet. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, which leaves us with Heavenly Sword, Heavy Rain, I'm pretty sure that's all the H's I have for this console. See, Infamous, Killzone, Kingdom Hearts. Yep, that is all the H's that I have. So we go, what, Heavenly Sword and then Heavy Rain. So stick Heavenly Sword in there in the end, and then this is where it gets a little tricky. So I do all this in alphabetical order, and then for the 3 stacks of games that I put above it, like you see up here, I have it alphabetical order descending, right? So the H is going to go on top, and then whatever comes next comes next. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So we got our last H here, and then under that is going to be the I's, which I think the only I's I have on PS3 are Infamous 1 and 2. Quick double check on that. Yeah, that's all the I's I have. So there we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Do I have any J's? Damn. I thought maybe I had like the Jack and Daxter collection, but maybe I don't. Yeah, I think I only had them on PS2. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Yeah, no J's, so then we're on to K, which would be Killzone. Oh, okay, it seems like some of these games actually are in order already. So yeah, Killzone, then Kingdom Hearts, L, M, N. So yeah, L would come first. And I do not think I have any other K's for the system. Sorry, got like hiccups or something. Yeah, L, M, N. My brain's frying out already. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So now we're on to the Lego games. Love the Lego games so much. Literally live for these games. Do I only have 3 L's on the system? I guess all the games that start with L that I have on my shelf are Lego games, which makes sense. Of course they're on my shelf. Of course I want access to them at all times. We can fit another game on there. LM, which then leads us into the M's. Metal Gear Rising. I know I have more M's than this. Yeah, I see them at the bottom there. We're going to need to start digging towards the bottom of this stack that we have over here. I know it's getting hard for you to see some of this stuff, sorry. This stack, it's getting smaller. Tomb Raider, Transformers, Uncharted, XCOM, Uncharted. Okay, there we go. Marvel vs. Capcom, Medal of Honor Warfighter, Need for Speed, Ni no Kuni. No more M's in that pile. So I believe it would go Marvel vs. Capcom, Medal of Honor, and then Metal Gear. Because this is metal with a T, and then this is metal with a D. It's, yeah. English is a funny language. So many words sound the same, even though they're spelled very differently. Right. Try to murder me. Anyway, there's a one of the stacks of games done. Got my Naruto stuffies up here. All right, so now we're on to the. He fell again, buddy. I just put you back. Maybe he wants to be part of the video. Maybe he wants me to like bring him down and like set him up on the shelf or something. You know what? If you want to be in the video that bad, you can be. There you go, buddy. You can just sit up there while we put the games away. Wait, let me put him over here so you guys can see him away from my fat friggin' head. All right. Medal of Honor Warfighter, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. One of my top 5 favorite games of all time. That game is just an absolute masterpiece. All right, so now I got Ni no Kuni, Need for Speed Pro Street. I think that's all the ends I have out on the shelf at the moment. Yeah. And it looks like it. All right. So Need for Speed would come before A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So that would come before Ni no Kuni. Fantastic game, by the way. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful game. N-O. I don't think I have any O's. O. L-M-N-O-P. P. Not that many games start with P, right? We got like Patapon, Puyo Tetris. But yeah, I don't have any PS3 games start with P. So L-M-N-O-P, Q, definitely no Q's. R. I definitely have some R's. Yes, I have some R's. Resistance, Rage. Oh, this game's freaking gnarly. Everybody talks about Resistance. We know this game's fantastic. We all know Sony needs to bring it back, but I'll sing its praises once more. Sony, please bring back Resistance. Resistance kicks so much ass. For some reason, I have 2 and 3, but they're not on my shelf. They're in my dresser. I only have Fall of Man out. That's probably because it's my favorite Resistance game, if I'm being honest. But, yeah. Don't get me wrong. The other Resistance games are freaking fantastic. It's just that I have a lot of nostalgia bias for Fall of Man. Love this game to death. So that's why I got priority on the shelf here. So where were we at? We were at N-O-P-Q-R. Yeah, R. So we got Rage, Resistance. Resistance or Resident Evil come before that. I think that's all the R's I have. I don't think I have any other R's out at the moment. Yeah, that's it. Okay. QR and then S. I definitely have some S's because I have Starhawk right here. No, I was about to say Skyrim. No, that's the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. Long title. I guess Starhawk's my only guess. How many games we got there? Okay, we can fit like one or two more on that stack. So QRS. Now we're on to the T's. The T's is probably like my biggest one because there's a lot of games that start with the on the system. So let's take out Uncharted. Oh no, I fricked up. We got Homefront here. Where would Homefront go in the... I guess I would go after Heavy Rain, right? Because O is after E, I believe. Yeah, I'm not even going to run through the whole alphabet. I know for a fact that it is. Okay. So... there we go. Homefront. There you go. Anyway. Marvel vs. Capcom. That goes on top of Medal of Honor. And now that should... Is that enough for that? Yeah. Yeah, that's enough of that stack. Alright, so that actually means we're on to the last stack, finally. Yeah. Okay. So where were we? What is happening in my voice? Where were we? QRS, one of the T's. So we got, U's and X's right there. The Elder Scrolls, The Last of Us, The Tomb Raider, Tom Clancy, Transformers. Oh god. It's gonna be a headache. Alright, so we got The Elder Scrolls, so E, The Last of Us, L, The Tomb, LMNOP, QRS, T, so The Tomb Raider trilogy. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So we're on H. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. So now we're into O. And then after that, it'll be L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, Q, R. So Transformers goes to last. So Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six or Ghost Recon. G comes before R, right? Yeah. Okay. So it goes something like that. Then we got Transformers. A, B, C, D, E, F, D, E. Okay. Yeah. Got the T's. And then Uncharted 2 and then Uncharted 3. Where's Drake's Fortune? That has to be in the dresser. I know I have Uncharted 1. I played it before. I love that game. It has to be somewhere buried in that dresser. So we got Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, and then finally XCOM, Enemy Unknown. Love the XCOM games. Friggin' awesome series. But with that, stack all of those on top of that. Put that back in there. And finally, if you scroll back in the channel, somebody could be able to, verify the details on this. But I made that PlayStation 3 collection video, like, I don't even know, man, over a month ago at this point. Maybe almost 2 months or 3 months ago. Which means that these games were out of order for so long. And it's been pissing me off ever since that video came out. Hey, buddy. So, yeah. I'm just glad to finally have this done. This is a little dusty. Actually, yeah, let's do a little bit of dusting real quick, because I don't like how dusty that looks. Oh, I'm a gummy bear, yes, I'm a gummy bear, oh, that's a lot of dust. Yeah, I gotta dust my stuff more often. I have a bad habit of not dusting stuff for a really long time, and then by the time I do it, I'm like, dying of all the dust that's like flying in my face, but it is what it is. Well, let's get him back up there. There we go, get you up there with not with those stuffies. Dust up here. Got my Pac-Man Atari cartridge, just like my Lucky Charm right here. Ice Cube right there. I was actually looking online lately, and a lot of people are going to call me stupid for this, but I was thinking of getting into Pokemon collecting. And I'm not talking about Pokemon card collecting, because that's something that I already do. Hold on, let me get back here, maybe so you guys can see me a bit better. But I was thinking about starting to collect the Pokemon games. Like, we're talking Pokemon Red, Pokemon Ruby, like all those classic ones on the Game Boy Advance, etc. Is it a lot of money? Is it really stupid? Yeah. Hold up. My original Xbox needs dusting off. You big boy. The original Xbox was so big for like no reason. I'm confident that Microsoft made it this big just to be like, hey, we don't want you having room for the GameCube or the PlayStation 2. The Xbox is the only thing allowed on your entertainment system. So they made it big as hell. But anyway. Brief warning here. If you have an original Xbox and you didn't know this already, you might want to like open it up and take the one like capacitor thing out. I don't even know what the hell it's called because mine's already taken out, so I'm good. It's been a few years, so I'm a little rough on the details, but yeah. So while we're talking about the original Xbox, might be worth looking into that so your Xbox doesn't like commit Sudoku on itself. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Something. I was dusting stuff. Oh, Pokemon collecting. Yeah, so, I was thinking about getting into that, but there was also another part of me that was like, hey, my PlayStation 2 memory card actually needs dust off too. What if I would just get replicas, Because they have really good replicas out there where the boxes look identical, the games play identically. I wouldn't be getting the games just for the sake of playing them, because like I'd honestly be scared to play games that are that expensive. I kind of just want to have them for the sake of having them because I love those games so much and there's already so many other ways to play them. You know, never mind, I'm not even gonna go into that whole conversation. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking, honestly, I might just go the replica route, just so then I can just have them, put them on the shelf. It only costs me like 20 bucks. And then be like, yeah, look, God, the Pokemon games are cool, but obviously the replicas, I care more about the look than I do about the authenticity. So I think I might go that route instead, but we'll see. Maybe if I win the lottery one day, then I'll go for it, get all of them, get like Pokemon red and blue and yellow and all whatnot. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, there it is. Finally ordered the PS3 games in alphabetical order. Looks a lot better. It was like that before that video, but again, I was just a little messy putting everything back, but there it is. If you guys would ever want to see more videos like this where I'm kind of messing around with my setup or reorganizing stuff or doing one thing or another, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, that's it for this video, so we'll go ahead and do the outro. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out to all the Patreons and channel members to get all even the low ball tier, and an even bigger shout out to on the big ball tier, asking and Big Daddy Matty, and the biggest shout out to on GTA Run. Thank you guys so much, guys, for Little Legends. I love you. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.